What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Big Founder YouTube video. Today we're doing something a little bit different. I want to go ahead and talk about the DLC of this game. The DLC of Mortal Kombat 1 has got to be its most anticipated feature. I've seen nothing but TikToks and people on TikTok who are new to the series talking about how excited they are to play as Omni-Man, because Omni-Man is one of the coolest characters in all of fiction. Now, I'm making this video because there's actually some decent information and we can do some pretty educated speculation on how Omni-Man is going to play in comparison to someone like Homelander, in comparison to recent Superman-like characters from NetherRealm games like, Superman, Supergirl. How is he going to play in comparison to these guys? Well, let's go ahead and go over what Ed Boon said in an interview with information about Omni-Man. So I want to go ahead and bring up the point that Ed Boon has talked about Homelander and Omni-Man and how they're going to differ already with a couple of interviews with Game Rep. They already talked about how there are two Superman-like characters that seem to have similar styles but are different. Boon mentioned that they're going to split up the abilities between the two in order to kind of differentiate them and make them play differently, which makes sense considering most of their abilities revolve flight. The only thing Homelander has different is like the laser eyes, the sonic street, stuff like that. Omni-Man's basically just a guy who flies, so he's going to be kind of weird. Except when you realize that we already have characters in Mortal Kombat who are just guys who punch, guys who kick, guys who fly. One of them, in a couple of minutes, I'll show you. We have a character who I believe in Mortal Kombat 1 already plays very similar to how Omni-Man's going to play. With that being said, Ed Boon didn't really elaborate on how much different they're going to be and what they're going to be doing to make them different, what kind of different moves they're going to have, what kind of different play styles. So now's the kind of part where speculation comes in, and we gotta talk about different ways they could go and where I think it's going to end up. Let's start off with the main difference they're going to have between Homelander and Omni-Man. Number one, Homelander is going to be a zoner. I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way. Homelander is going to be very similar to Superman in the Injustice games. Why? Because Homelander has laser eyes and Omni-Man doesn't. That is the main difference between these characters. Apart from their attitudes and their personalities, Homelander has laser eyes and fights like a bitch. If you look at the shows in the source material, The Boys, Homelander doesn't fight a single person at his speed, his strength, his skill. He has no idea how to fight. So his entire kit is going to be one button presses. He's going to be super easy. He's going to be probably one of the easiest characters in the game if they do him right. Because Homelander is all about beating the shit out of people, one-shotting them, lasering them, get out of my face, fuck you, I'm an asshole, I'm Homelander, brah, all that. Omni-Man is a calculated killer. Omni-Man is a part of a warrior race, okay? He is a part of someone who fights for fun, who fights for life, who fights to survive. These guys have been fighting for millennia. So it would only make sense if Omni-Man delineates from Homelander in the sense that he is not a zoner, not even close. In fact, I'm willing to bet that Omni-Man is going to be the most rushed down character in the game, even more than Johnny Cage. They're not going to give him a projectile. They're not going to give him anything crazy like that. They are just going to give him straight hands. Will this work in a game like Mortal Kombat? And how can they make this work? Well, there's already a character who has this type of ability set, who has these type of moves, and is really fun in Mortal Kombat 1. And her name is Natara. Now, I'm going to go ahead and use gameplay from someone else's channel. I'll shout them out when I find it. Of Natara, because I am not nearly good enough to showcase this, but I want to let it be known that Natara gameplay does exist of her doing crazy flight combos, and this is how I think Omni-Man is going to fight. So, let me pull one of those up real quick. So, I'm going to go ahead and give credit. Zaming, Z-A-M, it's like gaming spelled with a Z. I'm going to be using some of your clips to showcase how crazy Natara can be, because I'm not nearly as cracked as you. Let's go ahead and take a look at what a flight character looks like in Mortal Kombat 1 already. As you can already see, that right there is what I think Omni-Man is going to excel in, is dashing, air dashing, being in the air with overhead, slamming down, lowing you, mixing you up by being in the air constantly, shifting levels up and down even more than Natara. Because Natara is a flight character-ish, But Omni-Man, in my opinion, is going to be like, he's going to be like Ermac, the flight variation for MKX. He's constantly in the air because that's how his kit is. That's how he fights in the show. He's constantly throwing hands. He's flying around, and that's all he can do. Omni-Man's really only power is flight and super strength. That's it. That's really it. So what more can they do than this? I think Natara is going to be the best character to practice for Omni-Man. If you want to learn Omni-Man, learn Natara. She's incredibly quick, she's incredibly fast, and I believe that's exactly how Omni-Man is going to fight. Let's skip ahead to some gameplay real quick. Yeah, Natara doesn't really have a whole lot of tools for far away, and this is exactly how I believe Omni-Man is going to fight as well. He's going to have to get in their face, otherwise he can't do shit. Because he has that, he only has, like, even Natara has this little projectile that she threw. I don't think Omni-Man is going to have any of that. The only thing they could possibly do to give Omni-Man a projectile is to have him go grab a civilian and throw them at you. That's it. I genuinely believe that's it. So in terms of Omni-Man's gameplay and how we can already assume he's going to play, look at Natara. Look at how she plays and base it off that. Because they've already taken a flight character and shown you what they want to do with it. How they're going to delineate Omni-Man from Natara, I believe, is stray away from the blood mechanics, a lot more damage, maybe less hits. I think the Omni-Man might have, like, just stronger, more just wha-bam type hits, kind of like Reiko. You know how Reiko has those, like, the overhead knocker, slobber knockers, throw your ass down, whoop the shit out of you. Natara just slashes you. I think Omni-Man's going to be very just in your face, punching you around, throwing you to bits, doing a bunch of crazy shit that is a lot more impactful. And I also think that he's going to have a lot more ground to air combos. I think Omni-Man's going to have a ground bounce. So he's going to be doing an air combo, bounce you, and then continue the air combo. I think that's going to be something they're going to implement in Omni-Man's kit. Because his whole thing is flight. He's going to be wanting to stay in the air as long as he can. And that'd be cool. We don't really have a character that sits in the air for their whole combo. Maybe Scorpion, kind of. But it depends on what cameo you have. All I want to say is, Omni-Man is going to be the rushdown machine of this game. I can already tell you right now. Because there's nowhere else they could go with this kit. He's never been too much of a grappler. He's never... he doesn't have long-range stuff. He gets in your face and he beats the shit out of you. So... Omni-Man, we kind of already know how he's going to play, and we kind of already have someone to play while you're getting ready for him. So, my advice to anybody who's learning, who wants to learn Omni-Man, is incredibly excited for Omni-Man, is a huge Invincible fan, wants to get ahead of the curve, go ahead and start learning Natara. Because Natara will help you get better at Omni-Man, I promise you. Regardless of how he plays, having that air combo, having those air dashes, having the knowledge of moving quickly and up down, mixing them up from the air to the ground. That stuff, I'm telling you, will end up being important on Omni-Man. So, the point of this video is just to tell you guys, Omni-Man is coming very soon. He's the first DLC character in Mortal Kombat 1. I'm incredibly excited for him, and to practice for him, I'm going to be playing a lot of Natara. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys are excited for Omni-Man as I am. I am, honestly... probably the most excited for Peacemaker, just to see John Cena in a Mortal Kombat game. I want to hear his dialogue. I want to hear him say stupid shit. I loved Peacemaker as a show. It's probably one of my favorite shows of all time. So that's my most hyped character. But Omni-Man is a close second. And I love all the characters in the DLC. I am absolutely infatuated with. I love all 6 of them. So I am incredibly excited for the DLC. I hope you all are too. If you are, leave a like, leave a subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know how excited you are for Omni-Man, and I will catch you on the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.